12, quick thing this week. For some, it's a promise of a new season.
Our Tracy.com is live on the South Side with the host of WOKV's Courts and Sports to talk football this morning. And Tracy, the Jags have a decent spot in the draft this year. That's good news.
Yeah. Yes, they do. And joining us this morning is John Phillips. And like you said, he's the host of WOKV's Courts and Sports. So you're on Sundays. And did Jaguars dominate the talk show yesterday?
We did. Rashad went through the schedule for the schedule came out last week. And so we went through the schedule.
And real quick, I want to say Rashad Jennings is his co-host. He is, of course, number 23. We love him on the Jaguars. And so what was the word on the street?
He's very excited. He said we're going to win every game. Imagine that. 16-0.
Now, does he have an opinion of who he'd like to see drafted or the position or anything like that?
He wants whatever will help the team. I imagine we need some offensive help for him. So wide receiver, probably, some defensive tackle to put the rush on a quarterback. Okay, and then following up with second and third, did you guys discuss that at all? No, not on the show. We didn't break it down. It's by that time. It's whoever's best that's left on the board. Gene Smith. Yeah, absolutely. And so people calling in, your own personal opinion. Again, what's the word on the airwaves with you? Absent Trevor Scott, the kicker that I have, who'll probably be towards the later rounds. You got Fletcher Cox at defensive tackle. You got Justin Blackman. There's a lot of talent right there at that 7 slot. They're also talking about sliding down some. But I'd like to see him take some real talent at the 7th slot. Now, you're a little bit biased when it comes to a certain college. Alabama. Do you have any picks from there that you'd like to see get into the NFL? I would. We've got Courtney Upshaw, who's a great pass rusher. Trent Richardson. There's 5 guys in the first round alone that should be going from the national championship team. Awesome. Well, let me give some love to my own station. We've got our draft day preview coverage on Action Sports 360. That's Wednesday night. Of course, that's with Steve Wrigley and Brent Martineau. And then, of course, right here at the St. John's Town Center, where we're coming to you live, they're going to have the draft day party, the official Jaguars draft day party. And again, Steve Wrigley, Brent Martineau will be here and then giving you all the coverage on Action News at 10 and Action News at 11. We are live at Sports Mania. I got a lot more to tell you about because fashion is in the air. This is going to cost me a lot of money here this morning. I'm not going to lie. I'm Tracy.com for Action News.
All right. Pick something good for us, Trace.
Yeah, I need to buy something for my son, so let me know what the hot seller is right now.
I will let you know.
All right, thanks so much.
You're watching Action News.
Kids got to go to school, right? Draft Day 2012 is just 3 days away. College students all over the nation will be waiting patiently or perhaps impatiently by the phone.
That's right. Our Tracy.com is live on the South Side with the host of WOKV's Courts and Sports talking football this morning. That has to be nerve-wracking just waiting by the phone, Trace.
I know, and let me just tell you, like you said, we are live with the host of Courts and Sports, but he's not just a radio host. He is also a lawyer and a good friend of ours at Action News. This is John Phillips, but you're also NFL certified, and you've represented players who are sitting by the phone. What's that like for them, and what's it like post? It's nerve-wracking. We talked to Rashad, and Rashad was the 250th pick, 7th round. And Mel Kiper said maybe 3rd, maybe 4th. And so you just sit there and you tell your agent, like, are you doing everything you can do? It's frustrating. And you're talking about Rashad Jennings, number 23 from the Jacksonville Jaguars. You're co-host on Courts and Sports on WOKV. And you've represented people. What happens after they've been selected from a lawyer's perspective? The financial arrangements are slotted. 1 gets the most, and then 2 gets somewhere between 1 and 3. So you wait for all the contracts to be negotiated, or you get in there and try to get to the GM and get the contract done. Now, last year everybody got super stoked over getting a quarterback, and you're saying your listeners, almost all of them are saying, give him somebody to throw the ball to. Absolutely. They want a wide receiver. Blackman, there's a Floyd kid out of Notre Dame. There's some fantastic options that should be available for us. Awesome. Well, draft day again is Thursday. Don't miss our draft day preview coverage, which, by the way, is going to be including an interview with Blaine Gabbert and a mock pick. So that's on Action Sports 360 Wednesday night. And then the draft is Thursday right here at the markets at St. John's Town Center. And, of course, Action News will be there as well. We are live at the St. John's Town Center. I'm Tracy.com for Action News.
Draft Day 2012 is quickly approaching, and with all the recent changes in Jags camp, fans get a little fired up again.
And so is our Tracy.com. She's live on the South Side with the host of WOKV's Courts and Sports to talk some football with us this morning. Hey, Trace.
Hey, good morning. That's right. We're with our friend John Phillips, who is not only the host of Courts, who comes on our show regularly. Now, the fans want one thing. What do they want?
They want a wide receiver, a fast fast person for Blaine to throw the ball to.
But you were talking to me on the break and said that a lot of times that's not the direction the Jags go in with what the fans want.
Gene Smith's always kind of gone with his own. He picks leaders. He picks small school guys. The Jags actually have the fewest SEC players in all of the league. So it's always a bit of a controversy about who Gene picks first.
Well, it seems like, you know, with us getting Blaine Gabbert, everybody was fired up about that last season. But typically, it's draft day, and they make the announcement, and the fans go, what?
Who was that?
Yeah.
You know, the Matt Jones issue back in the day. But, yeah, this year I think it's going to be a name that everybody's going to know and be familiar with, provided the Jags don't trade down.
Well, especially since we have a good pick this year.
Absolutely. Number 7, there's just going to be, you know, there's 15 elite players they can pick from.
Well, then we stand to have some pretty good odds there.
We should be good.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about Action News. Action News is going to have a draft day preview coverage on Action Sports 360. That's Wednesday night. So they're going to be interviewing Blaine Gabbert and also doing a mock draft. So we'll see what comes out of that and then find out what happens on Thursday. Draft day party right here at the St. John's Town Center. That's where we are coming to you live from Sports Mania. Stay tuned because we've got football fashion coming up in the next half hour.